Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals, IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals, IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Rituparna Datta. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to associate with IGP. IGP, a pure non-profit organization, is a social and as a certified international educational and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers and 100 plus countries. IGP is international recognized and global active. We can connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals (IGP) and ISO 9001, 2015 and 10002, 2018 is the training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate efficient generations all over the world. We distribute our service locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus location and distance learning platforms. We are an we are an occupational and development institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education isn't business product. It's a part of our human rights. Based on our mission, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, awards, quiz competition, monitoring, and counseling, etc. On the other hand, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio, website resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and work knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game website, free courses, converter sites, and many more. We help to empower youth to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the institutional global professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent most diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, patience, and integrity. As we members are committed to offering effective, best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skills levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,562 webinars successfully. Wow! Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,562 webinars successfully. Wow! Dear IGPC speakers, participants, and well-wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you can't enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatched data, you can't do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, you will receive your certificate. Otherwise, not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated in any award function which organized combined IGP support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of instant certificates from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activists during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trends in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskilling Organization Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trends and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research a Comprehensive Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching Special Program in the Arts, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Apartment, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificate. Teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services website for free, and many more. Dear IGP well-wishers, we promised previously, but lack of technical issue, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credentials. We solved all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons, all pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that Without an account or login, you can't enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 1563 program name Goal Setting for Teachers Towards Self Improvement. And our today's speaker, Sir Arnold Aryan U. Markadu. Before I hand over the stage to Sir, want to share a little bit about our speaker. Teacher, Antipolo City Senior High School, Microsoft Innovative Educator, National Certificate Passer, Computer System Servicing, Supreme Student Government Advisor, School Disaster Risk Reduction Coordinator, Science and Social Science Coach. Now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir.
Hello, everyone, and good day to all our viewers, our participants who are now tuned in and listening to our webinar. Thank you.
Sir, on behalf of IGP Knowledge Seekers, want to hear from you about you, sir. Sir, now the stage is yours. Over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, IGP, and again, welcome to our webinar. Our discussion is all about an important topic, and this is all about goal setting for teachers towards self improvement. Okay, so before we start, I have a little bit of introduction to all of us. We all know that as a teacher, we are always encountering different activities, different obstacles, different opportunities. And as an educator, you know you can improve your practice by simply reflecting on your teaching and setting a professional goal. But it's not always easy to do. Start by reflecting on the last month or last quarter. You ask yourself, my dear participants, my colleagues, my co-teachers, you always ask yourself, what has been working well for you and your students who learn and think differently? What challenges have you faced? Think about how you'd like to grow as an educator. What do you want to learn more about? What would you like to change? What student outcomes do you want to improve? These are the questions that you must ask to yourself. Sometimes self-reflection or creating a self-reflecting activity will help you to think wisely and of course choose the right opportunity that will help you to grow, especially with your career and of course with career progression. Now, I have a little bit of trivia here. I have a simple question. How Socrates revolutionized how to educate students through the use of questions? Actually, the answer is Socrates was a Greek philosopher from Athens, Greece, who is credited as one of the founders of Western philosophy and as being the first moral philosopher of the Western ethical tradition of thought. Now, he created Socrates questioning. The Socratic questioning has many benefits. It raises basic issues, it probes beneath the surface of things, pursues problematic areas of thought. Therefore, it helps students to discover the structure of their own thoughts, develop sensitivity to clarity, accuracy, and relevance. He also exhorts to care for soul. He has a conviction that knowledge of virtue is necessary to become virtuous and in turn that is necessary to attain happiness. He believes that all evil acts are committed out of the ignorance and hence involuntarily. And of course, he presumes that committing committing an injustice is far worse than suffering an injustice. Now, my dear participants, let's start with self-awareness. Are you aware of yourselves? Let us fully understand oneself as an educator. Why self-awareness is key to goal setting. Whether they're about doing something or becoming something, dreams form a fundamental part of our lives. They are hard to build. However, it doesn't don't it don't come true simply because we're envision them. Dreams require work, commitment, and dedication. Again, dreams require work, commitment, and dedication. Setting goals to achieve them is the primary way to bring them to life. And of course, when we set goals, we set ourselves up for success by improving our efficiency and performance. Without a clearly defined action plan, it can feel like sitting on a raft at the sea with no sail or compass. The goal setting process is rooted in breaking your dreams down into manageable chunks. But we need to know that we've selected the right goals for ourselves first. Understanding the big picture of both who you are and what you're setting out to achieve is very foundational to establishing basic steps so that your dreams can come true. Now, how self-awareness impacts goal setting. Remember, my dear viewers and participants, self-awareness can be defined as the ability to see yourself clearly and objectively through reflection and introspection. To cultivate the skill of self-awareness, emotional intelligence is really required. A person's EQ is their capacity to identify, understand, and manage their emotions. Many of the psychologists believe that the first stage of emotional intelligence is self awareness. The more emotionally intelligent a person is, the better prepared they are to recognize, they are to understand, and to manage the emotions of others, as well as to manage the inevitable challenges that will come as they pursue their dream. A genuine sense of self is helpful in every facet of life. And in this scenario, it helps develop goals that are tailored to your client's unique skill set, bearing in mind the strengths and weaknesses. As a person, as a teacher, we take steps towards setting our goals. It is really vital to encourage them to do some soul searching to become better acquainted with themselves and come um, to terms with who they are, the warts and all. This will empower them to accurately determine what they want and when they need to go next. You should be armed with self-awareness, all right? And another, you should be having an effective goal setting. Considering this context of external self-awareness can be beneficial in ensuring that the right goals are set. Tapping into others as a resource can help us identify our blind spots. We may be working hard toward a goal without realizing that there are skills or capacities we need to develop before we are ready to head in that direction. Or better yet, the input of others may help your learners, your students realize the strengths they didn't see in themselves before, opening up doors to new opportunities. Another, we should exercise our self awareness. So, how can we exercise our self awareness? I'll give some basic steps, some basic tips. First, journaling. When we say journaling, you're writing a journal, which help us to dive deeper into ourselves. Honest conversations with ourselves or with the help of a coach or a friend help us identify self-limiting beliefs that we need to work on to do broaden up horizons and aim for more. Another, meditation. Meditation is often used for relaxation, reducing stress, and finding inner peace. But as a person, as a teacher, you might benefit from meditation also. It will increase your imagination and creativity and greater patience and tolerance. Practicing mindfulness is another way to bring yourself into the present moment and distance yourself from your doubts. Third tip, I have here personality assessment. Consider advising yourself to take personality assessments like Myers Briggs and core motivation. This will help reveal any underlying behavior or personality traits that you can leverage to help you achieve your own goals. Fourth tip, reacting versus responding. Remember, helping yourself to understand the difference between these two concepts can be critical in identifying obstacles or roadblocks. When a situation goes poorly, evaluate which technique you can employ. Yourself will likely learn that when you are a reactive a situation, they may be allowing only their instinct to lead them, which may not always lead to a positive outcome. However, if you choose to respond to a situation, you are using your emotional intelligence and could produce a better outcome. Fifth tip, the why exercise. Why? When yourself begins the goal setting process, encourage a reflective exercise of why. Why I'm doing this? Why I'm here? This exercise encourages yourself to to ask yourself why a few times until you identify the core reason behind your goal. For example, you want to write a book in New Year in you want to write a book for New Year. Ask yourself why. If your answers feel like it's only scraping the surface, continue to ask why until you identify the core reason why you want to write a book. Knowing your internal motivation behind why you want to achieve a goal can help you determine whether it's a goal worth pursuing in the first place. Being self aware can help you remind that your success lies within. It leads up it leads us to identify where we are getting in our own way. When we assess ourselves, we walk away with a gift of knowledge, a newfound grasp of our strengths and weaknesses. As a coach, as a person, as an educator, you hold in your hand one of the greatest gifts of all, the keys to helping your learners to unlock their own potentials. Of course, don't forget to develop the big picture. Once yourself understand why you are bringing a dream, you can more effectively develop your goals that shape the bigger picture of your life. With this knowledge, you will be able to help your learners break down these goals into manageable building blocks so you can achieve the division you want for them. The benefit of these bite-sized goals is that it will make you vision easier to accomplish while building their confidence. It will also help keep you motivated and ensure that you are not overwhelmed by the larger vision. And also, don't forget to reassess your self-awareness. If your feeling is discouraged about the lack of goal achievement, even after you participated in self-assessment exercises, there's still hope. Take them back to the drawing board and help them reassess themselves and improve their emotional intelligence. Guide them through drawing up a new plan with their strengths and weaknesses in mind. Create contingency plans for when they face difficulties, leveraging their strengths and unique abilities to overcome the obstacles. It's very challenging, my dear participants, to set achievable goals without knowing who you are. Many social scientists also contend that there is a direct relationship between EQ or emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and success. You help yourself become an expert about others, freeing them up to pay their own trails into the failure and of course into the future. Now, simple instructions. You try to read also and answer the following statements. Then you try to write the number if you're listening right now. Is it always sometimes seldom or never. Let's say, for example, I am driven to wake up every morning to reach my goals. Is it one, two, three, four? Always, seldom, never? I do not put my goal off until someday. I do not wait to take action until I feel I'm ready. I anticipate the tough times. I do not view mistakes as failures. I make my goal as priority. I do not underestimate how hard to achieve my goal will be. I do not give up before I see the results. I do not sabotage myself just before the finish line. And last one is I set goals to be realistic and achievable. Now, if you have this following scores 1.0 to 1.5, you are a goal driven person. If you're 1.6 to 2.5, goal driven but easily distracted. 2.6 to 3.5, driven but a little doubtful of one capabilities. 3.6 to 4.0, not goal driven or complacent. Now, let's proceed with the discussion of important matters, the different terminologies that we should unlock for the rest of our discussion. Let us now understand the factors that makes good teacher effective. Let's start with the word goal. When we say goal, it's the intention of an activity or a plan. It's a figurative sense. A goal is the mission of a person or a group. A tangible goal could be the net at the end of the soccer field. Your goal is the your goal is to kick the ball into the net of a soccer field, and then you will have a score that's a goal. All right. Goal is the object or aim of an action with a specified time limit. Goal setting. Goal setting refers to the process of setting specific, attainable targets for individuals or groups. Goal setting refers to the um, motivational technique which can help you to employ to understand the business goals, your learners, and motivate them to rise to the challenges. And we all know goal setting have to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Now, I'll share some basic steps for goal setting. Number one, thinking about the target. You always think what you want. What's your dream? What's your ambition? Number two, breaking the target into smaller goals. Remember, my dear viewers and participants, when you dream, it's always big. It's always in a huge form. You try to chunk it, put some time, deadline, make a timeline out of it. Number three, using the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound method to create attainable goals. Number four, create some short-term positive goals. Fifth, set priorities. Six, you keep track on your progress. You monitor what you are doing. Seven, rewarding accomplishments. All right. Now let's talk about the SMART technique or the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound. A good way to create constructive goal is to use the SMART technique. S, specific, clearly states what is to be achieved. M, measurable, it can be quantitatively determined or observed. A, achievable, within reach given the role and responsibilities. R, results oriented or realistic, indicating what action is to be performed. And T, time bound, including a deadline for completion. Now, what's the benefits of the goal setting? We're talking about goal setting, but we don't know what's the importance of this. Simply, the benefits of this are it defines priorities. Second, establishes direction. Third, it helps you to identify your expected result. Four, it enhances teamwork, if ever that's a team goal. Fifth, it improves individual performance. Six, it's clarify expectations. Seven, connect individual contributions to overall success of the school or the station or your workplace or even to your learners. Okay, why goal setting is important? I already told everyone goal setting is one of the most important actions to do big things. It is necessary to be aware of the importance of goal settings and to apply this knowledge in your life. That's why we have to put together the most important information to help you and your team or your colleagues understand the importance of setting goals. Okay, now let's talk about the benefits of setting goals. Number one, it helps you to reach your goals with focus. Goals help focus. Setting a goal lets you to focus on the next step and helps you to move in the direction that you want. The body follows the mind, so you need to stay focused and not lose motivation. Be always aware of why you should take specific actions and where they will lead you. Second, goal allows you to measure your progress. By setting the goals, you can measure your progress because there's always a definite endpoint to compare with. It is recommended that you write down your goals to visualize the progress and note the small goals if you already achieve it. It will motivate you to reach your existing goals faster and set new ones. Goals help overcome procrastination. When a goal is set, you are responsible for completing the task. It seems important, you will take steps to achieve it without delay because you really know that's really important. If does not appear to be important, then useless actions are likely to be taken that will hinder the speed of your achievement. Fourth, the goals are rewarding. When the goal is achieved, one feels satisfaction. Conversely, my dear participants, unfulfilled goals lead to frustration and stress and slow down the development of your personal growth. It is advisable to set the goals that all colleagues or team members will be interested in pursuing, thus contributing to productivity. Fifth, setting goals, one of its importance is it contributes to self-improvement. Continuous development will bring success in both personal and professional fields. Well-defined personal development goals can improve your performance in any area of your life, but the rewards depend on your efforts to achieve those goals. Another, another importance is goals motivate you to achieve more. When a person is aware of and understands his visions and clearly articulates the goals to be achieved, you motivate yourself to go in the desired direction. And in addition with this, you are having an understanding of how to get there. It provides the necessary dose of motivation and a desire to move faster to set new goals. Another importance is the goals make the road easier. Please remember regarding please remember that setting big goals can sometimes seem unattainable and time consuming, but there is a solution. Small goals. Turn your big goals to small goals. Chunk it. Splitting complex goals into smaller ones no longer seems so unattainable. And it's clear what action needs to be taken first. By meeting small goals every day, bigger ones will be achieved too. Goals make the road easier. Remember that when it comes to academic tasks. Whether you are utilizing an essay writing service or tackling state assignments independently, you are setting your big goals. Like completing an essay can sometimes feel daunting and time consuming. However, there is always a solution. Break down into smaller goals. By dividing the essay writing process into manageable tasks, it becomes less overwhelming and clearer on the necessary actions to take. Goal setting. Through the experience of success and the positive emotions that accompany it, confidence and belief in our abilities also grows. Participation in goal setting encourages a search for new strategies to aid success, finding a novel ways to utilize our skills and push our abilities, increase task relevant knowledge while enhancing self-efficacy and self-confidence. Actually, my dear participants, goal setting involves planning for the future. The goal setting and skill oriented planning significantly improve subjective well being in those who took part in goal setting intervention programs. Thinking positively is the key. About the future bolsters or our ability to create goals, and of course, consider them to actions required to achieve them. The capacity to plan positively impacts our perceived control over goal outcomes and our future. Furthermore, Goal setting and achievement can promote the development of an internal locus of control, while individuals with an external locus of control believe that both positive and negative outcomes are the results of external influences. Those with an internal locus of control believe that success is determined by their own action and skills. Goal setting is the process of taking active steps to achieve your desired outcome. Maybe your dream is to become a teacher, musician, or physical therapist. Each one of these dreams involves getting and reaching small and then big goals. Each of these major goals can be broken down into smaller, more attainable goals that will propel you towards success. And there are three types of goals. First, the process, performance, and outcome goals. Process goals are specific actions or processes of performing. For example, you're aiming to study for 2 hours after dinner every day. The process goal is 100% controllable by the individual. Performance goals are based on personal standard. Personal goals are mostly controllable. Another goal is the outcome goals are based on winning. For example, you're a college student. This could look like landing a job if you feel or landing job at a particular place of employment. Of course, if you achieve the kind of employment that you want, that's an outcome goal. Outcome goals are very difficult to control because of other outside influences. Process, performance, and outcome goals have a linear relationship. This is really important because it helps you to achieve your process goals. You give yourself a good chance to achieve your performance goals. Similarly, when you achieve your performance goals, you have a better chance of achieving your outcome goal. Goal setting again, it involves the development of an action plan designed in order to motivate and guide a person or group toward the goal. Goals are more deliberate than desires and momentary interventions. Therefore, setting goals means that a person has committed thought, emotion, and behavior towards attaining the goal. Doing so, the goal setter has established a desired future state which differs from their current state, creating a mismatch which in turn spurs future actions. Remember, goal settings can be guided by goal setting criteria. And I already told you it's all about SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Goal setting is a major component of personal development and management literature. Okay, remember, when you have having a goal setting, self-confident people seem at ease with themselves at their work. They invite trust and inspire confidence in others. These are all attractive characteristics to have. But it's not always easy to be confident in yourself, particularly if you're naturally self-critical or if other people put you down. Thankfully, there's steps you can take to increase and maintain your self-confidence. All right, now let's talk about self-confidence and why is it important. Self-confidence means trusting in your own judgment, capacities, and abilities. It's about valuing yourself and feeling worthy, regardless of any imperfections or what others may believe about you. Self efficacy and self esteem are often used interchangeably with self confidence, but they are subtly different. When we say self efficacy, we see ourselves mastering a skill or achieving goals. This encourages us to believe that if we learn and work hard in a particular area, we will succeed. We will be in success. In this type of confidence that leads people to accept difficult challenges and keep going in the face of setbacks. On the other hand, self-esteem is a more general sense that we can cope with what's going on in our lives and that we have a right to be happy. Also, the self-esteem comes in part from the feeling that the people around us approve of us. We may or may not be able to control this. And if we experience a lot of criticisms or rejections from others, our self-esteem can easily suffer unless we support it in other ways. Okay, now how do I set my goals for self-improvement? Remember, when you set your goals for self-improvement, you may always wonder where you need to improve and how you will know when you're on the right path. Plus, you want also to know to ensure your efforts towards self-improvement don't cause you to stray from your personal values or personality. Okay, one strategy for successfully setting self-improvement goals is to reframe them as personal growth. Both your personal and professional lives can benefit from embracing it. All right? To grow and develop, you need to set achievable goals that will help you to develop new skills. This may force you out of the comfort zone a bit, but achieving your personal goals takes effort, good habits, and focus. All right? So what are personal goals? Again, personal goals is a goal is where you're directing your own efforts. For instance, your goal may be hit to a particular career milestone or hit a personal best when it comes to your morning run time. Personal goals can take place in any area of your life. And as name implies, a personal goal is one that all's about you. You are not competing against, but only yourself. All right? So for a while, all right. Okay. So again, setting personal goals require a combination of short and a long-term goal. So again, for example, you want to start waking up at 5 a.m. but you don't consider yourself a morning person. Going from waking up to 10 minutes before your first meeting to have a free 3-hour morning routine is not realistic anymore. But waking up half an hour earlier each month gives you a realistic short-term goal that will compound into your longer-term objective. All right. Some studies shows that goal attainability is more positively linked to well-being than goal importance. Being reasonable about what you can accomplish is a more effective way to stay motivated. All right? Working to strengthen your mental fitness will sustain you throughout the rest of your life. And sustainable goals require you to dig deep and do inner work. When we say inner work requires developing more self-awareness. Knowing who you really are is the best way to work to improve yourself. Pause for a moment and then be appreciative of your current abilities. You are not trying to fix yourself, but help yourself grow as you experience different stages in your life. Set your goal and make a plan and timeline. All right. First objective, identify the three goals and rank them as to the most important to the least important for you. Second objective, write it down on a piece of notebook or any paper that is solely dedicated for this purpose. Make sure you will not get lost for the paper. Third objective, make a realistic timeline of the steps you need to take to reach your goals one at a time. Okay, now motivate yourself every day to follow your plan and timeline. So how will you motivate yourself? First objective, identify your abilities and capabilities and find what would help you achieve your goal most. Second objective, develop new techniques and skills in order for you to succeed. The third objective is find support system like your family and close friends who will constantly motivate you as well. Manage your time by striking a balance between work and personal life. So how will you do this? First objective, consider the time scale required to attain the identified step to achieve your goal. Remember, always consider this. Sometimes we're putting a timeline which is not achievable or attainable. So you must consider also the your your time or your skill that you have to achieve a certain objective. Second objective, Be realistic with your timeline by considering your time at work, with family, with friends, and for yourself. Third objective, share this time scale with your family and friends so that they will understand and support your situation. All right, next, be flexible and do not be easily dissuaded to abandon your plan. Okay, how will you do this? The first objective, identify possible barriers in accomplishing each step and write ways how you can overcome them. The second objective, make sure that the time scale you're created are realistic and consider your current situation. The third objective, you adapt to unforeseen barriers and persevere to sustain your efforts and carry on. All right. So before I proceed, for a while, okay, now let's continue again. Do self-regulation of your mindset and emotions. So how will you perform this? First objective, identify what triggers your laziness. Okay? Take a deep breath. Focus. What makes me being lazy? And the feeling of defeat. Second objective, identify those that motivate you most and surround yourself with this. Collect people that will support your dreams, your ambition. Third objective, manage your own emotions in order to promote self-discipline and focus on your goal. Again, self-discipline. Now, commit and focus on your goal. And to stay committed on your goal, get clear on the difference achieving that goal will make in your business, career, or life. Try listing 5 things achieving your goal will allow you to do. This should create the excitement, the energy, the motivation to help you stay committed to your goals. Let's say that achieving your goal is what is called as success. So my question for you today, my dear viewers and participants, is: are you interested or committed to your success? If yes, nice. If no, maybe there are reasons. You might as well ask also, what's the difference? Because either way, I'm sure your end goal here is still wanting to be successful. Everyone, every person wants to be a successful one. While we are on this topic, let me share with you an insightful quote by one of our leaders from Wishnutama Kusabandio, a minister of tourism from Indonesia and creative economy. He said, "Success is not about gambling, but it's about preparation." So, what's the difference? Take one of my goals this year, which was to be shed at least, let's say, for example, 10 kilos. I've looked at the goal of a daily basis as printed out above my desk, save it as my screen wallpaper, and set its default template of my notebook. Just by the efforts themselves is how to stay committed to the goal. But but have I achieved it? Absolutely not. Because when the when the going got tough, I cannot help but turn like for a chocolate. It was too irresistible. My motivation and commitment to the goal was simply not focused and clear. Remember, be focused. So time after time, eventually relapse. And of course, the one thing that helps you how to stay committed to your goals is that you must be passionate about the outcome. For me, just thinking about achieving the weight goal, example, makes me feel excited. And that excitement alone motivates me into action. There I continually have the drive and ambition to take. And of course, remember, from Mary Rihanna. an entrepreneur, every small effort can be great if we do it with great enthusiasm, great spirit, great hopes, and great care. And that is what we call commitment. All right? We should be committed on what we are doing. So, again, reflect today, my dear viewers and participants, on those things that maybe you haven't quite achieved in your life yet and you really want to commit to make them happen and go to the extra mile. I'd love to hear about what you're committed to and why. So you can also share that in our comment section later. Or you can also ask that question. Now, reward yourself for your success, but don't push yourself for failure. Self management is the ability to plan, organize, and monitor your own work and personal goals. It involves setting realistic and achievable targets, managing your time, and of course, the resources, and evaluating your time and, of course, the progress and performance. A self management journal is a tool that can help you to track and reflect on your self management skills, as well as to celebrate your achievements and reward yourself for your efforts. Now, here are some tips on how to use properly your self-management journal. And of course, to boost your self-confidence and motivation. First, why celebrate and reward yourself? Remember, you want to celebrate and reward yourself is not only about accomplishments, but also a way to reinforce your positive behavior and mindset. When you celebrate and reward yourself, you are sending a message to your brain that you are capable, that you are competent, and worthy of the success. This can increase your self esteem, self efficacy, and self compassion. Moreover, celebrating and rewarding yourself can also motivate you to keep pursuing your goals and overcome the challenges. As you associate your actions with positive outcomes and, of course, your emotions. Now, a little conclusion, tying loose ends and posing challenges to all educators. Okay, a simple conclusion. Change your mindset about yourself in order to mentally prepare yourself towards goal. We need to monitor our achievements. When we achieve something, then we achieve another one. Always check your mindset. Create timeline on how you are going to achieve your goal. That really matters. Identify the pitfalls that you may encounter and plan for it. Be futuristic. Accept that mistakes are opportunities to improve. And do not be afraid of being successful. Love to be you should love yourself for being successful. Be an inspiration to others. Now, these are the goal setting for the teachers, the 8 paths to self improvement. So, let me share all of this. Okay, one of the best things about teaching is that there's always room for improvement. It is truly never boring. However, because a teacher's job has so many facets, it's easy to become overwhelmed. You can possibly accomplish it all. Instead of attempting to tackle everything at once, it is recommended that you focus on just one item. Some people are always practicing the multitasking events. I don't recommend multitasking events. Consider being focused on one. All right? And of course, improve yourself with practice. Devote some time on it. Pick one thing and concentrate on it. Pick one thing only. Pick one objective. First, determine your needs. Begin by determining where you truly require the assistance, as this will help you establish which aspect of your practice require the most attention. It's time to set your objective after you identified some significant areas for your improvement. And to assist you, here is the 8 parts. All right. First part, strengthen your tech skills. See, nowadays, being techie, being technology-oriented person is a skill that really needed in different aspects. Why doesn't desire some room for technological advancement? Like for example, try to master Photoshop or editing, Canva, video editing, streaming, broadcasting, and many more. It's one thing to say you're going to become better at technology, and you quit another to actually do anything about it. Now, these are some of my possible steps that you can also try. Here are some tips. Become a Google certified educator. This certification that basically marks you as having a solid foundation in Google's online tools. And becoming a Google educator is the first step towards becoming a Google certified teacher, a coach, or innovator, all of which are more advanced levels. You can also complete yourself with Jumpstart courses. Jumpstart is a website, it's a self-paced 10 module courses designed to move moderately comfortable to tech users to the next level. You take note of that. Jumpstart course. Another, attend an conference. If you want to keep it simple, you might want to just focus on exposing yourself to new tools. A fast, fun, and inexpensive way to do this is by going to an conference, a grassroots professional development gathering organized and run by the teachers. There are some teachers call this as EdCamps or Teach Meets, and though they don't exclusively focus on technology, most seem to lean pretty heavily in that direction. Again, another, get better at Twitter. All right, if you have a Twitter account, use it properly. Plenty of people have a Twitter account, but not everyone uses it to its full potential. Next, number two, next pathway, brush up on your pedagogy. No matter how long a person has been teaching, there's always room for pedagogical improvement. Whether you're learning new theories, brushing up on the basics, or just adding a new technique for your arsenal, improving the way you actually teach should be a recurring feature on every teacher's to-do list. Here are some. Add some new teaching strategies. You can innovate, you can adapt it, then modify it. Add some teaching strategies to what you're currently doing. To learn one fast, take a look at some instructional strategy videos demonstrating techniques like concept, attainment, reciprocal learning, some jigsaw strategy, and a lot of others. Next, you learn more about learning. There are many websites like Learning and Memory. These are all websites that can be used to help you learn more about learning. Next, improve the way you differentiate instruction. If you're like most teachers, you think you could be doing a better job at differentiating, you can also try some starter kit for differentiated instructions. You can also search it by simply finding some collection of articles, videos, documents, and of course, tools that will help you improve in this area. Third part, improve your classroom management. Here's another area we could all improve on. If your class is not run well and your students are not focused, it's pretty hard to get anything else done. Now, try to look at the topic of classroom management from a lot of different angles on this site over the years. You can learn other techniques and strategies on managing your classroom. You can also ask other people, contributors or collaborators, or even your co-teachers. Fourth pathway, get more politically active. If you're tired of feeling frustrated by the policies that negatively impact your work, it might be time for you to start taking more action to influence those policies. And there are many ways um, to make influence with these policies. You try, number one, find a group of like-minded colleagues. Find a group of like-minded colleagues and make a plan that includes learning about the issues and participating in one of the many events around the country and online that are pushing for saner, and more effective educational policies. Fifth pathway, adjust your mindset. One of the most significant improvements you can make to your teaching is changing the way you think about it. Mindset has a powerful impact on how you experience your work and whether or not you continue to grow and thrive. Now, these are the ways to develop your mindset into a healthier one. Read a teacher's mindset book. There are a lot of books that you can use. Like, for example, from Angela Watson's, the book Awakened, Change Your Mindset to Transform Your Teaching. And you will notice a big difference in the way you process the daily challenges of teaching. Just try to read. Pair that up with Watson's newest book also. You can also try this book, Unshakable, 20 Ways to Enjoy Teaching Every Day, no matter what. And you'll find yourself experiencing your work in a very different and happier way. These books can inspire you. These books are all eye-opener. You can also try create a support group with other teachers. This makes sense. Read either of these books together with them and set aside some talks with them, and of course make some professional development with them. Next, build mindfulness practice into your regular routine. Okay, so build mindfulness practice into your regular routine, which will help you to reduce stress, feel more purposeful, and actually become more productive. All right, according to the book of Meena Srinivasan, Teach, Breathe, Learn, Mindfulness in and Out of the Classroom. It talks about the value of mindfulness practice for teachers, and it also includes a mindfulness curriculum you can use with the students. Sixth pathway, freshen up your slide presentations. Chances you can use PowerPoint or Keynote to create slide presentations. But are you familiar with the best practices for slide creations? Most people are not. And that means the world is chock full of less than effective slideshows. Remember, your slideshows can improve you. It will be a reflection on what you are as a person, as a teacher. Seventh pathway. Take the first step toward national board certifications. Remember, um, in the Philippines, we have licensure examination or the LET or the board exam. Once you pass it, you are officially a licensed teacher. Now, you still remember a couple important occasions along the process as a major turning point in your perception of your work. It raised your expectations of yourself and, of course, fundamentally altered how you success the quality of an instruction. Next, you get organized. This is the last of out of 8 tips that I can share because it's one of the most common for everyone, but the most important of all. If organization is a problem for you, the first thing you should do is focus your goal down to something more particular. Now, I'll give you some resources to help you get started with this. Of course, we want to be get organized. You try Google Calendar. If you're using Android phones, you have a Google Calendar. It took me a little while to learn it, but now I keep all my important events here, my daily tasks, birthday, everything on it. And what great about this is that it also sync with your phone. And of course, you will get some reminders on the go as well. It's a big help. Next, to organize your digital files, you consider using cloud-based storage like Dropbox or Google Drive, Microsoft Drive, any kind of drive that you can use. Then you just not add all the files that you want. You can create a folder, a series of folders, then just be organized also to your files. All right, as a teacher. Another one is to organize your projects. There are some note-taking tools like Evernote can really help you keep all the pieces in one place. Evernote is a app that helps you to be reminded the tasks, the deadline, and many more. It's a good app that you should try and, of course, apply it. That really matters. Next, we also have to really get serious, of course. When you want to be an organized person, you need to really get serious. Consider a year-long program that will teach your system and mindsets that will put your work and life back in balance. There are some 40-hour teacher work week program that does all of this and many more. You try also finding some training centers that will provide you a lot of trainings on balancing your mindsets, your system, your work, and life back. Okay? Again, my dear participants, these are just some of the ways that can help us to improve as a teacher, as an educator, as a knowledge giver, wisdom sharer. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, dear viewers, and of course, our dear participants. Hopefully, you've learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part two, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certificate and online quiz completion. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certificate and online quiz completion. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certificate and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certificate and online quiz competition. Sir, our first question is, what are some effective goal setting strategies that teachers can use to improve their professional development?
All right, thank you, ma'am. From Mr. Toshi Manaloto. Okay. Actually, first, like what I've told you during the talk, during the discussion, set your goal. What is your main goal as a teacher, as an educator? Then, after knowing your goal, make a timeline of it. Then, of course, motivate yourself after doing it. If you're planning to be a principal or school head or school owner, then of course you will undergo different goal settings. You chunk your objective, then make a timeline out of it. For example, you want to become a principal, then attend some trainings that will help you to be aware on the different ideas, knowledge, and wisdom about being a school head or about leadership and management. Then after achieving that, what's your next objective? Is to attend a graduate school that will cater your dream or your ambition to be a school head or principal. Then after doing that, wait for wait for the right timing. Then of course, apply for NQuest or National Qualification Examination for school heads. Then, so on and so on. Remember, make a timeline out of it, then write down your achievements. Then, while you are doing that in the process, don't forget to celebrate and give yourself a reward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next question is, how can teachers effectively set goals that challenge and push them towards continuous self improvement while also accommodating the unique needs and abilities of each individual student in their classroom?
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sir Ray, for that question. Actually, we teachers are so busy. We have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of works, and these works are not yet done as of now. Here in our country, the Philippines, there's a lot of things to to perform, and of course, as a person, again, like what I've told you during the talk, you always set your goal, and that goal focus, know your self-where. Then, after knowing your main goal, your main dream, then don't forget to motivate. Then write down on a piece of journal all of your objectives, what are the tasks accompanied with this, and of course, once you are in the process, make a check about the steps that you have done. Also, create a team that will support you. Like for example, a set of people who are supporting you, your objective, your family. And remember this, when you when you make a target or an ambition, don't ever, don't you ever try to put that in public. You will only publish what you have done when you already got your target or when you achieve your target. All right? People may support you, but people may also sabotage you. Remember it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And our next question, how can teachers ensure that their self improvement goals are specific, measurable, attaina- attainable, relevant, and time bound? Smart.
All right. Thank you, Sir Toshi. Smart. That's the best way to achieve to achieve a certain objective or a certain dream or a certain target. Of course, as a teacher, as an educator, we want to achieve our goal, and using the smart method, this is one of the best way to achieve a certain goal. The smart method. Now, how can we say that our what in what ways, or what kind of achievement or what ambition are you targeting of? It should be specific. It should be simple. It should be sensible. It should be significant to yourself. When you know what you are targeting, you're you're done in the first step. Now, how can you say that your ambition or your goal is measurable? It should be meaningful to you. It should be motivating. Therefore, you want to measure your success. Like, for example, I want more. That's why I want to be motivated. I want to I want I want to take off more achievements. I want to achieve more. That's why I need to be a meaningful person. I want to create steps which are meaningful to myself and for my career progression. Now, how can you say that your goal is achievable? It should be attainable. All right? It should be agreed with yourself. Here's my target. Here's my deadline. 2 years from now, I should be like this. I should be a master teacher. I should be the director of DepEd or Department of Education or the Ministry of Education. So there's a lot of targets. Therefore, it should be achievable if you agreed with yourself, and of course, attainable. Now, how can you say that it's relevant? Of course, it should be reasonable, realistic, full of results based. And of course, T, time bound. Should be time based, time limited. Of course, let us also include the cost limited, timely, and of course, time sensitive. Okay? In those ways, you can check if your goal is totally aligned with SMART method. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sir, our next question is how long will it take for a person to achieve his her goal? Should there be a timeline or due of when it should be achieved?
Okay. For Ma'am Jonah Ramos, my answer is no specific time. There's no specific timeline. You will be the one to create your own timeline. Okay? But remember, there's always a target. Let's say, for example, 2 years from now, up to 5 years from now. Let's say, for example, I am 25 years old at the moment. At age 30, I should be like this. I should be done with this. I should be the one who is performing this. I should be inspiring my co-teachers, my colleagues. All right? So, Ma'am Jonah, you make a timeline, and that timeline based on you. It should be agreed by yourself. Okay? Again, self-discipline is the key. You should follow what you what you write or what you wrote down in your journal. Journal plus self-discipline plus following plus focus, success. That's the main formula. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And the next question is how can teachers effectively set goals and challenge and push them towards continuous self-improvement while also accommodating the unique needs and abilities of each individual student in their classroom?
I think, ma'am, it's already answered earlier. It's also the same question that I answered.
Okay, sir. And next question. Okay. Next question is what is the most important thing I am going to do in applying to public as a teacher?
Okay, Miss Cat. Of course, if you're living in the Philippines, there's a lot of criteria. There's a lot of requirements that you need to perform. If you're living, if you're from other countries, there are also different requirements. Now, first thing to do is, of course, what's the most important thing? You need to perform or you need to be ready with in applying to public school, to public teaching is, of course, prepare your requirements. You should be equipped with skills and techniques, and of course, with certificates that will serve as mode of evidence for your achievements. And another, you should have the experience in teaching as a teacher, at least 1 year. And of course, don't forget to continue your education, your your continuous professional development, because those nowadays those are the requirements that our department are requiring in our country. But again, as a teacher, we are sh- we are wisdom giver. We are wisdom sharer. Therefore, if you're applying or not in public, still you should perform and holistically do it as part of our career progression as a person, and of course, a man who is given the opportunity to teach for the future of our learners and the generation today. Thank you, Miss Kat.
Thank you, sir. And the next question is, how long should it take to achieve a goal? Should there be a timeline or due?
I think, ma'am, it's also the same with the question earlier.
Okay, sir. So the next question is, what challenges do you have with setting goals?
Okay, in setting goals, your main challenge here is yourself. If you don't have the self awareness, you cannot create your goals. Know yourself first. Then, when you know already yourself, you can write down your goals. Then, along the journey, along the process, there's a lot of obstacles that will stop you. Then it will also push you down. But again, self discipline is the key. And don't forget, of course, your your belief, your belief to achieve it. Also ask help from the guidance of God that will help you to perform everything according to according to some quotes. Work by I'm sorry, walk by faith, of course, with guidance of our Lord. Okay, thank you.
Uh, okay, sir. Thank you. And the next question is, with regards to the said smart technique, how will a new graduate fresh teacher do this with the lacking of self-confidence, skills, and effective in the classroom teaching?
All right, thank you. I'm Jenny. Okay, being a fresh teacher, what we call neophyte, you're lacking of experience in teaching the classroom, inside the classroom. You're also lacking of experience in handling different learners. Now, how can you achieve that? You need to be immersed in that field. You need to undergo in that field. Once you are ready in the field, you will learn those things. Don't be afraid to fail. All right? That's always practice growth mindset. Once we failed, take that as a challenge. Take that as a milestone that will help you to achieve more. Once you failed, you will learn something. Failure means learning new things and make it or apply it to to bounce back to what you are achieving for. Okay? Remember that. Don't be afraid to fail. We all started with losing something, doing wrong, but it doesn't mean that we are always doing that. All right? we will learn from that and make it as a stepping stone to achieve more. Thank you, Ma'am Jenny.
Thank you so much, sir. And the next question is, what are the things that teachers need to be considered in achieving their goals?
There's a lot of there's a lot of things that we need to consider in achieving our goals. Of course, we need to consider our financial status. Sometimes we want to achieve more, but the main problem is we don't have the finances. Now, always remember, prepare your timeline in accordance on what you have now. And if you want to achieve it more as far as you can, you need to make some sacrifices. And those sacrifices will help you to achieve it in an earlier time. All right? Again, that's one. That's one. The financial status. Again, another is the workloads. Once we have the workloads, we are always busy. Of course, it will make our objectives or our goals to achieve it in a slow pace. So again, we need to sacrifice. Another um, another thing that we need to consider is our skills. If you want to become a successful person, again, align yourself with skills that will help you to achieve more. If you're afraid to talk with many people, then learn how to get some trainings on public speaking. You're afraid to handle some technical aspects, then therefore attend some trainings that will enhance your computer skills. Having those skills will help you to be one of the best person, and someday you can use that as a main weapon in applying for something. Thank you, Bon.
Thank you, sir. And the next question is, what are the top three countries you suggest to apply in teaching based on their facilities, salary, and other aspects?
Okay, actually, there are a lot of countries that I can suggest to
Next
apply
question.
with as a teacher. One of the
এর
best
আগে
countries
অনেকগুলো
in
হয়ে গেছে।
USA is
না 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 ওগুলো না।
that I might recommend is the Japan, of course, United States of America, USA, and of course, um, Finland. I think Finland is one of the best. Those are the top countries that I might suggest for applying as a teacher. But in Asia, since we're living on Asia, I can recommend Taiwan, also Thailand. Mm, what else? And there are many countries that have different recommendations. But again, as a person, as a teacher, the best way to think what country we will apply is make a research. Make a research about the background of a school that you're going to apply with. And remember, when you apply, don't forget to give back to your original country. Give more in return to your country because you originated with your country, and that country is the place you've been living for many years. And it's a form of nationalism, patriotism to your country. All right? We are molded as a teacher. Therefore, we should give back to our beloved country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value or our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you so much, sir. Take care.
Thank you so much, IGP. Thank you, dear participants, and for those who ask questions. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great day,
you, sir.
everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Honorable sir, before we move to the next uh, webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, sir.
I will now leave so everyone can focus on what they are answering their quiz. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
IG.
sir. ये बताओ मैं। हाँ, এটা। Our website is under maintenance. IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz completion and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz completion and quiz certificate. Cert- Certificate instructions. Step 1. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Step 2. Find a running session and get enrolled. Step 3. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Step 5. Step 4. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz, passing mark 80%. Step 5. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Step 6. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Certificate instructions. Step 1. Visit www.eduygp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Sign sign up or sign in. Step 2. Find a running session and get enrolled. Step 3. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Step 4. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark 80%. Step 5. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Step 6. Download the certificate. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of our webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Participation process. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. For some technical issue, we can't continue our quiz from the website. To join our quiz, you have to go to www.slido.com, and today's quiz code is 7345738. 7345738. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 84 people, we will start our live session, quiz session. Our first question is: to prepare for goal setting conferences, teachers should option 1 include guided inquiry and name a goal with the student. Option 2, try to get to at least 10 to 15 students that day. And the correct answer is option 1, include guided inquiry and name a goal with the students. 97% people are correct here. In the leaderboard, first position is Quidiniana January Chindi, and the second position is Maple Joy Pilan Resurrection, and the third is Nico Dan Esmiro, and the fourth position is Flomi Ragol Salvazo, and the fifth position is Alex Xavier Alvarez. And the second question is: how frequently must teachers do goal setting for their evaluation? Option 1, beginning of each year. Option 2, middle of each year. And the correct answer is option 1, beginning of each year. 75% people are correct here in the leaderboard. First position is Melchor Bakasin, and the second position is Nico Dan Esmiro. Third position is Alex Xavier Alvarez. Fourth position is Quindiana January Chindi, and the fifth position is Cristina V del Rosario. Our third question is goal setting allows for teacher or reflect on their practices. Option 1, true. Option 2, false. And the correct answer is option 1, false. True. 99% people are correct here. In the leaderboard, first position is Nico Dan Esmero. Second position is Alex Xavier Alvarez. Third position is Cristina D. Vidal Rosario. Fourth position is Leah Falcunla. Fifth position is Queen Diana January Chindi. And the fourth question is a goal setting conference with appraiser is required for all teachers. Option 1, yes. Option 2, no. And the correct answer is option 1, yes. 81% people are correct here in the leaderboard. First question is Nico Dan Esmero. Second position is Alex Xavier Alvarez. Third position is Cristina Vidal Rosario. Fourth position is Leah Falcunla. Fifth position is Abdul Basar El Sumat. And the next question is goal setting conferences are optional for less than full cycle teachers. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is false. 55% people are correct here in the leaderboard. First person is Nicodal Esmer. Second person is Enelita Q. Villanueva. Third position is Abdul Basar El Zumat. Fourth position is Ramonita T. Salazar. Fifth position is Amiradis. And the next question is teachers who share and model appropriate goal setting are providing options for option 1, task completion. Option 2, regular self-regulation. And the correct answer is option 2, self-regulation. 42% people are correct here in the leaderboard. First position is Abdul Basir El Zuma. Second position is Amir Aziz. Third position is Atasha Elizandro. Fourth position is Carmela B. Jane. Fifth position is Vanessa Tagu, Tagulao. And the next question is what is the typical flaw in goal setting for most music teachers? Option 1, focus on the quality of the performance. Option 2, focus on what is going to be done in a lesson. And the correct answer is option 2, focus on what is going to be done in a lesson. 38% people are correct here in the leaderboard. First position is Agasha Alessandro. Second position is Leah Falcundra. And the third is Evelyn Piwakri. And the fourth position is Mary Zerazel Villafort. And the fifth question is Amiralis. And the eighth question is when modifying students, teachers can use the SMART goal setting framework. SMART stands for option 1, specific, modified assessment, resource, technology, and option 2, specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, time limited. And the correct answer is option 2, specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, time limited. 88% people are correct here. In the leaderboard, first position is Atasha Alessandro, and the second is Leah Falcunda, third is Evelyn P. Wapri, fourth is Mary Zerazel Villafort, and the fifth is Milan Joy de Leone. And the ninth question is when teachers provide options for executive functions, how can this help students with goal setting? Option 1, teachers set the goals for student. Option 2, teachers models the process of setting goal. And the correct answer is option 2, teachers models the process of setting goals. 83% people are correct here. In the leaderboard, first position is Atasha Alessandros, second is Leah Falcona, third is Evelyn Piwapri, fourth is Mary Zerazal Villafort, and the fifth is Abdul Basir El Zuma. And the last question is in a goal setting theory, working towards the goal is the main source for job motivation. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is option 1. True, 83% people are correct here. In the leaderboard, first position is Atasha Alessandros, second is Leah Falcona, third is Julian Piwapri, fourth is Mary Jerazel Villafort, and fifth is Abdul Basar El Zuman. Congratulations, Atasha Alessandro. এটা করে দেবো এটা হচ্ছে না কেন হুম ক্রস করানো এটা ক্রস বাটন এটা এটা পাশেরটা এটা Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winners top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our website and official Facebook page Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winners top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our Facebook page and websites Institute of Global Professionals. At at the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your presence in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button, once again, thank you so much. Thanks all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation. As always, see you in the next session. Thank you.